Hey guys, in this video I'm going to go over the perks. There are 4 perk slots, and I'm going to start with perk 1 and then move on down because that makes chronological sense, I mean. So for perk slot 1 there's special times 2. What this will do is double your special equipment, so you can have stuff like, 2 claymores or 2 one-man army uses or even 2 stinger rounds. Basically just anything that's in the special equipment slot. And then there's weapon equipment times 2, which will just double your weapon equipment. So let's say you picked a suppressor. Let's say you picked a suppressor for your weapon equipment. Well, you only have one of those, and you can only put it on, let's say, your primary, but then you don't have a suppressor to put on your secondary. So if you do this, you can have 2 suppressors, and then you can just switch to your secondary, and then put the second suppressor on that, and still have one for your primary. And then there is primary times 2, which will give you 2 primary equipment. That's basically, it'll give you 2 frag grenades or 2 semtexes, 2 throwing knives, whatever's in there. And then secondary times 3 will just give you 3 secondary equipment instead of 1, but no smoke grenades, so 3 stuns, 3 flashes, etc. Then there is stocked, which this is pretty much the perk that would sort of compete with the 2 primary equipment perk. But this allows you to have a primary equipment in your secondary equipment slot, or vice versa. So you could have something like a frag and semtex combo, or a smoke and stun combo, or even a semtex or blast shield combo. Anything like that. And then there's arms dealer. So you could have a piece of weapon equipment in your special equipment slot. So you could actually have both a suppressor and an ACOG, or a sonar sensor and a master key, or whatever. Something like that. And then a scavenger to resupply ammo from dead bodies, whether it's enemies or teammates, it doesn't matter. Then there's Bling, so you can have 2 attachments on both of your guns, your primary and your secondary, and attachments that you start with on your guns, beyond guns you pick up. So let's say you put on red dot grip. So you pick up another gun, it's going to be there. And then there's sit rep, so you can detect enemy equipment and explosives, you can hack equipment, and you can hack care packages. There's scrambler. This will let you it lets you jam enemy equipment, radar, and electronic attachments in range, which mean like claymores, red dot sights, stuff like that. And enemies you kill will have no HUD in their kill cam, so they're not going to be able to pause the then it means because when you're watching a kill cam, you can pause the game, look at the mini map of where the enemy is. So with this you can't. Then there's mapologist. So enemy equipment will appear on the map for 5 seconds after it is placed, and you can see the mini map when looking through a scope, like a sniper rifle for example, or using controllable point streaks. And you are less affected by scrambler, counter UAVs, and EMP. Not immune to them, but just less affected. Like a counter UAV completely blocks your radar, and an EMP completely removes it. But with this, maybe it'll just be a little fuzzy. Now into Perk Slot 2. There's stopping power for more bullet damage, and this is more bullet damage to everything. Vehicles, explosive barrels, glass windows, everything. Then there is double tap for faster fire rate and faster melee. There's Juggernaut for more health. There is cold-blooded that lets you remain hidden from the UAV, thermal, and sentry guns, but it will take 5 seconds after spawning to actually take effect, and it will disable suppressors in the created class menu. That way people can't abuse it and hide in a corner with cold-blooded and a suppressor at the same time. So they'll have to use some other weapon equipment. And the reason for the 5 seconds after respawning to take effect is because because the spawns in Call of Duty flip quite a bit, and it's just really nice to know if maybe they flipped. So, I mean, after that 5 seconds, you're still not going to know where they are if you have a UAV up, but whatever. Then there is Mole. It lets you remain hidden from killing point streak rewards, such as, attack helicopters, Predator missile, and stuff like that. Now there is Sixth Sense, which enemies with cold-blooded appear from UAVs and thermal, and enemies with Mole will appear to your killing point streak rewards. So it's basically just the counter to cold-blooded and Mole. But if they don't have either of those, you're pretty much wasting a perk slot. Now there's Eavesdrop, which lets you hear enemy footsteps, because I have it so you cannot hear footsteps by default, so you need this perk to actually hear footsteps, because hearing footsteps is a very, very powerful function in Call of Duty. And since I got a headset, I've been abusing the shit out of that, and I feel bad for killing those guys every time because I know I did not outplay them. So, Overkill, you have 2 primary weapons. Oh, and I took out pro perks because I feel that if there are no pro perks, then the only thing that offsets the players other than... No, because if there are pro perks, then people without the pro perks are at a disadvantage, obviously. So the only thing that offsets players is either skill, which is the way it should be, and their level, which is how it was in COD 4 and World at War and shit like that. And then there is Hardline. So there's one less point is required for point streak rewards, and point streaks reset after all of them are earned, so you don't have to die. And then there is Wingman. So getting 2 kill assists in 1 life, or shooting down a piece of air support will count as a point towards your point streak rewards. And if you get an afterlife kill while still watching the kill cam, it will be added to your streak. So, let's say you have claymores placed or something, and if it gets a kill while you're watching the kill cam, because maybe you got killed like right before your claymore kills someone, if you're still in the kill cam, you'll get the point for that kill. So then there is Contractor. It'll allow you to pick 2 point streak rewards in the same category at the expense of a 4th point streak. So you will only have 3 instead. But you can pick shit in the same category, like 2 radar point streaks, or 2 airstrike point streaks, or 2 air support point streaks. So, but they would have to be at a different kill requirement or whatever, too. Next is Bargainer. So what Bargainer does is it lets you have point streaks with the same point streak requirement as others, but the consecutive choices will have 1 extra point requirement, and you lose the ability to have a 4th point streak. So you have 3 point streaks, but you could have something like, well, let's say Modern Warfare 2, for example, you could have the Stealth Bomber and the Pavlo, or in Black Ops, you could have the Ghostbuster Bomb and the Spy Plane, or even a Rolling Thunder and Blackbird. But the first one, like let's say you're Rolling Thunder, right? Or let's say you pick Blackbird first, because that one's better, of course. So the Blackbird's going to be 8 kills, but the Rolling Thunder, which you pick second, even though it's the same point requirement, it will be 9. So if you can't do the math, just 8 plus 1 is 9, if you don't believe me. So now on to Perk Slot 3. There's Sleight of Hand for faster reloading, and you switch to and use equipment faster. Marathon allows you to have longer sprint duration. You can reload while sprinting, and you can cook grenades while sprinting, and you can aim down sights and move while prone at the same time, because normally you can't do that. So there you go. Lightweight allows faster movement speed. You can crouch and stand faster, and you have quicker aim after sprinting. There's Ninja, which makes it so you cannot be detected by Eavesdrop, which is the hearing footsteps thing. And you cannot be detected by sonar, which is basically another form of detection. And Semtex grenades will not stick to you. Hidden, players will have no kill cam, and they are not shown as a skull on their teammate's screen. So, let's say you're playing Search and Destroy. When a teammate dies, there's a skull. Well, in every game mode, there's a skull like somewhere on the map to where they died. So if you shoot someone in the face, they're not going to show up as a skull. Their teammate's not going to know where they died unless they were like observing the minimap at the same exact time. You're like, oh, well, John got shot by the pink dinosaur. I'm going to go over to the pink dinosaur. Well, in this case, if he's not looking at the minimap, he's not going to see that skull, and it's not going to be in the kill cam that he even died to begin with. So, yeah. And then there's Tracer, so enemy bullet paths glow red, melee appears on the map, and enemies you shoot appear on the map for a short time, or on the minimap. Hunter allows you to upgrade your point streak rewards and call in point streaks faster. I will get into the point streak upgrades in the kill streak video. So yeah, but it just adds extra functions to each kill streak. Oscar Mike allows you to call in point streaks when they're currently not available. So let's say, like in COD 4, you call in a helicopter. No one else can call in a helicopter. But if you have this on, you can call in 1. But it's only a maximum of 1 extra thing at a time. So you can have 2 helicopters. Or someone already has an airstrike coming in. You can call your airstrike in at the same time. Distract. It adds 3 seconds to the respawn timer to those you kill. So any game mode, you kill someone, 3-second respawn timer. If they don't skip the kill cam on a regular basis, this pretty much has nothing to do. So basically, they have to, watch 3 seconds of that kill cam. I guess you could say that. Then there's extract, which will take 3 seconds off of your respawn timer, and it will counter distract, and it will help. This basically just helps in spawn delay games, like let's say capture the flag in Black Ops. I don't know how long the respawn timer is, but this will just take 3 seconds off. And if someone's using distract, you use this, and now they don't affect you whatsoever. Now in Perk Slot 4, there is Grenader, which will allow you to reset frag and semtex fuses. There is Scout, where you can switch and swap weapons faster, and you can jump higher. Deep Impact increases bullet penetration, and you can shoot through riot shields automatically. Like, you don't have to cause excessive damage to them to break, you'll just shoot right through them. And then Commando, there's no falling damage, and you have faster climbing. Reconnaissance allows you to see point streak rewards and airstrikes on the minimap. So you pretty much you'll be able to hide from them easier. Doubler, you will get double XP when at the top of a scoreboard. So let's say you're a beast in TDM or any game mode rather, and you'll just get double XP for everything you do if you're at the top of the leaderboard, or the scoreboard, I mean, in that game. And you will also get double XP if you are capturing an objective or standing near an objective. Like, let's say you're capturing a domination flag. While you're capturing that flag, you will get double XP for, like, killing anyone while you're doing it, or even if you're standing on it after it's captured, you'll get double XP. And let's say you're in capture the flag and you are holding the flag at that moment. It's going to give you double XP for everything you do while you are holding that flag. Then there is steady aim for longer hold breath, faster aim down sights. You have faster lock-on with stingers, and moving does not increase the crosshairs as much. Like, it's not going to increase your hipfire accuracy, but it makes it so it doesn't decrease as much when you're moving. If you walk, the crosshairs get bigger, thus the accuracy is decreased. Whatever. Now there is Graver, so placed equipment will not be destroyed when you respawn unless you place like more than what's allowed. And you do not drop your gun when you die. And if you commit suicide, it does not count against your streak. So let's say you get 2 kills and then you kill yourself. It's the next kill you get will be your 3rd point streak if you have this perk on. Guardian makes you immune to your own equipment and point streaks, so you can't like stun yourself, you can't like blow yourself up with your own frag grenade, something like that. AWOL, while you are using controllable point streak rewards, like let's say a chopper gunner, you will be undetected by enemy killing point streak rewards, and you will have no name above your head. So you can be somewhat safe while you're off the ground. And then there's Ghost, so teammates will no longer block you or your equipment, and there will be a maximum of 2 people inside each other at a time. So basically what this does is when you, let's say you're walking around and you bump into a teammate, it sort of seems like your character's lagging, but no, they just get stuck on each other because you can't walk through people. So this would allow you to walk through people, but at a maximum of just 1 person at a time. That way, 6 people in Search and Destroy don't like stack on top of each other and go hide in a corner somewhere in the map. And this would also help, like, let's say you're throwing a frag grenade and it bounces off a teammate's head. That's annoying. It's stupid. So with this, you're good to go. Then there's Holder, which allows you to use, it allows the use of certain attachments on your secondary that are normally only allowed for your primary weapon, and it gives you access to different attachments and weapon equipment on guns that normally don't allow them, such as like the 40mm launcher, which is only good for assault rifles. You would be able to put on maybe your sniper rifle or submachine gun. Or you could put a red dot or a dual magazine on your pistol secondary or something like that. And then the last one is Share. So basically, let's say you die and someone picks up your gun. For every kill that they get with your gun, it will give you an assist. So, and that is all I have, guys, so I will see you next time.